Hi, my name is Jared, and this is Horror Obsession. Today, Slasher School continues. With a discussion of the investigate a strange noise trope. So far, we have covered the starting gun and the disappearing body trope, and check those videos out if you haven't already, since the rest of this video will make a lot more sense having seen those ones. Alright, so the investigate a strange noise trope is fairly self-explanatory in the same way Anthony Weiner's name is self-explanatory for his political career. You know how you're watching a horror movie and some character gets isolated, or maybe two characters are isolated, and they hear a seemingly innocuous sound, and they then feel compelled to figure out what it is? That is the investigate a strange noise trope.
Vicky? Vicky? Is that you?
The characters generally will leave an area of safety to venture outside or another area of danger, and most likely will get killed as a result. This trope is basically the embodiment of curiosity killed the cat, much like how the disappearing body trope is an embodiment of my typical Friday night. So why does this trope exist? As you know from my starting gun video, horror movies typically want to have rising and falling suspense throughout the core of the movie, culminating in the climax where the suspense is held for a longer period of time. As I mentioned in the disappearing body video, it is not usually a good idea to try and keep the suspense and tension high throughout the entire movie, as the change of emotion from calm to frightened is a critical tool for horror filmmakers to keep the audience scared, but also to give them a break in between to catch their breath. Disappearing bodies serve as a means of releasing tension after a suspenseful buildup, since the audience expects the characters to find the body they know should be there from a kill scene earlier. You get rising tension while the character wanders into the area the body should be, and then it falls when the body is not there. The investigate a strange noise trope accomplishes the opposite effect, similar to how Beyoncé's attempt to scrub this photo from the internet had the opposite effect. A character hears a strange noise and goes to investigate. Now, the audience knows about the killer from the established horror scene at the beginning, so the quote-unquote bomb under the table is already established. This provides suspense from an otherwise mundane scene of someone walking outside, since the audience knows about the bomb but the character does not. Rather than releasing the suspense by disappearing a body, the character stumbles upon the killer and ends up getting unceremoniously butchered. All slashers need consistent kills throughout, and the investigate a strange noise trope is a great way to set up a character to get killed. The period of time they are investigating the noise is a perfect slow build-up and an easy way to build tension. If the audience knew for sure the character would die, it does remove some of the tension from the scene since the conclusion is foregone. However, there is significant synergy between this trope and the disappearing body trope, since the audience does not know whether the scene will end with the character getting asked a difficult question, or whether it will end with a release of tension via disappearing body. This reveals the nature of investigate a strange noise as being the counterbalance to the disappearing body trope, and that these tropes are often set up exactly the same way. Sometimes the investigate a strange noise trope is ended a different way, with the character discovering the noise was actually coming from a cat or a mouse or something. Though if my cat is any indication, you might prefer to face Michael or Jason.
Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Danny. Forever and ever and ever.
The only problem with this trope is audiences know it far too well. While it is the perfect way of setting up a suspenseful scene, if the audiences feel the characters are acting irrationally by choosing to investigate the strange noise, then it will unravel the tension because the audience will be taken out of the movie by their disbelief in the characters' choices. Modern horror movies have to be careful to set up the investigate scenes in a way the audience can suspend their disbelief. For example, in Halloween 2018, there is a very believable investigate a strange noise scene where Vicky looks in the closet to reassure the kids she is babysitting that there is not a monster inside. Naturally, there is a monster inside, and she pays for this decision with her life. But she is trying to get the kid to go back to sleep so she can have sex with Dave, something any sane person would do.
Shit.
Sorry. I didn't want to ring the doorbell and wake up the kid.
It's okay.
Check it out, fresh from my patch.
Oh my God.
His eyes are hearts.
I love it.
Yeah, this is Tate.
Hi, Tate.
Hello.
Hi.
The leprechaun falls on the opposite side of the spectrum, repeatedly using this trope to set up weak jump scares. Absolutely none of the characters' decisions to investigate the strange noise are believable, and as a result, the scenes end up being tedious, lazy, and uninspired rather than suspenseful. To make matters worse, Mark Jones lazily utilizes this trope to the point of insanity. I mean, look at this.
Who's in there?
That wasn't a cat.
Sounds hurt.
Come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Dang it, this thing. What's that?
Stay here. I'm gonna check it out.
Another error directors make is by having their kill scenes end without any suspense at all. In the Friday the 13th 2009 remake, many of the kills end with a disappointingly short surprise kill without any build-up or suspense. These scenes are not scary.
Suddenly, a bomb goes off, blows the people to smithereens. What do the audience have? 10 seconds of shock.
And even though it is a bit trite, these scenes would have been much better and more suspenseful if they had simply set up an investigate a strange noise scene, or used a similar technique to stretch the scene out and allow the mystery of whether the character dies to breathe. Overall, the investigate a strange noise trope is a time-honored classic which beautifully sets up a suspenseful scene. However, it is so effective at setting up quality horror kills, the audiences are aware of and expect these scenes. Does that mean you can't use the trope anymore? No, but it does mean as a director you have to creatively set up the scene so the audiences believe the characters are acting rationally. Next up, we will take a look at the Harbinger, a trope which is not ubiquitous in horror movies, but does come up kind of a lot and serves a very interesting function for horror movies.